The following broadcast is a production made by students of Hilo High School, K-Bikes TV.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Hilo High School Gymnasium. My name is Joseph Gardner, and I will be your commentator on top of this Tuesday evening. Here we have a BIIF matchup between the Hilo High School Vikings Varsity boys volleyball team competing against the Daggers of Pahoa. Today we have a very exciting matchup between this Varsity boys volleyball team, Hilo versus Pahoa. Starting with the starting roster for Hilo High School, as we all may already know throughout these home games that we have live streamed in Hilo High School. Starting off with number 1, Tane Fernandez. Number 2, Kiave Kaapuni. Number 3, Lester Hanale Walker. Number 4, Kaala Deitch. Number 6, Taden Kaapuni. Number 7, Jason Tormori. Number 8, Logan Thomas. Number 9, Keanu Ornitis Hayes. Number 13, Kaz Kua. And number 14, Kawai Wilbur Gabriel. And on top of the Pahoa Daggers starting roster for their varsity players, number 2, Carlo Daqui Dog. Excuse me if I may have mispronounced that last name. And number 3, Kailin Kamakee Aina. Number 5, Micah Koyaso. I believe number 11 for the Daggers will start to serve, so I will hold up on top of the roster as we start our game. Kaala will get the first pass as Taden Kaapuni goes for the swing. 11 with the dig. Pahoa putting up a very nice defense so far. And a swing from the back row from number 11, Malukia Kuahigi Nui, goes in the net. That'd be the first point of the game for for Hilo High School. Pahoa will send a free ball, but that will be a point for Pahoa after a miscommunication from Hilo High. So far, the score is tied 1-1 with Pahoa with the serve. I believe for them, number 5 serving, Micah Koyaso. Kaapuni with the first pass as Kaala Deitch goes for a swing well off the net. That dig sending back over. After a very nice one-handed set from Logan Thomas, swing from Keanu Ornitis Hayes goes just out of bounds. Point Pahoa with Koyaso with the serve. I believe tonight we have a different lineup for the Vikings. Starting right now, Logan Thomas will have the setting abilities as that swing from number 5 goes in the net. Substitution in the court as Kaz Kua comes in the front row for Jason Samoy. Behind the service line for Hilo High School, Keanu Ornitis Hayes. It's a nice deep serve. There's number 13 goes for the swing. Wilbur with the pass. Kind of a pinball action. Hilo High School, Kaala Deitch taking a swing. And he takes another Pahoa High School opportunity to score. And that'll be sent long from number 10 in the middle for Pahoa. Hayes with the serve still yet. Number 9 going in for the swing for Pahoa. Gabriel with the swing from outside. And that is a kill for Kawai Wilbur Gabriel, freshman for Hilo High School, out of the back row. First pass for the Daggers, a little tight, giving the free point to Ka'ala Deitch for the Hilo High School Vikings. Set to the middle. Deitch with the swing, with the row shot, still going for Pahoa. But 4 touches is called, point for Hilo High. That'll be a timeout for the Pahoa Daggers. Hilo High School sounding very excited after that timeout call. So far, the score is 6-2. Hilo High in the lead. As we start this game during this first set, we have to say thank you everybody for coming out and supporting your local high school sports, especially here inside of Hilo High Gymnasium. We have 2 wonderful programs here in the midst of our court tonight. Hilo High, which has a 2-1 record during this BIIF season 2020. Keanu with the serve. Pahoa with the swing out of the back row for number 11. Free ball sent over. Pass a little tight, but that is put down from Pahoa's number 10, but a net violation from following through. So point Hilo High. The score is 2-7. Hilo High in the lead. Tip from the middle from number 9. As a bullet from Ka'ala Deitch. Kaz Cool putting up his hands to block that ball. Swing for number 13 for Pahoa. Gabriel with the pickup. And that swing from Ka'ala Deitch put inside of the block of Pahoa High School. That will be a point for Hilo High School. Hilo High on top of a scoring streak due to a wonderful serve from Keanu Ornitis Hayes behind the service line. That serve, however, just long for the Vikings. Point Pahoa High. Pahoa High School's libero, number 2, will go behind the service line to serve. And that swing from Ka'ala Deitch takes it off of the block and out of bounds. Point Hilo High. Ka'ala Deitch has a very visual mindset on top of the floor when he swings for the ball. I believe for Hilo High, Thomas will go behind the service line to serve. And in the game for Hilo High as well, Jason Tomori in the front row. That blocky being put up from Hilo High. But number 9 just sends it inside the net. Point Hilo High. After that miscommunication from the substitution, Kaz Cole will be back in the game. Tip from Pahoa in the middle. Kawai takes the setting abilities. Ka'ala with the swing picked up by the libero, number 2. And that will be a wonderful point for Pahoa High School. I believe putting that down was number 13, who will now serve for Pahoa High. For Pahoa High. That is Keanu Muck, who will now serve. Kazkua with a tip shot, putting it down for Hilo High School. Very smart play there by Kazkua, who was a part of the Hilo High School championship team, taking on Iolani. I believe Ka'ala Deitch will take out his prominent jump serve right now. That dig just going out of bounds, point for Pahoa High. As I was mentioning earlier, we have quite a bit of championship memories for football on top of this volleyball team as well. I believe Kaz Kua, Tane Fernandez, and Lester Walker all part of that team, sharing with their Hilo High School pride. From the back row, Ka'ala Deitch taking the swing off of Pahoa's libero and out of bounds. Point Hilo High. Now in for the game, Kaz Kua will be out and Jason Tomori will go behind the service line to serve. From the middle, Pahoa High School swings. Thomas sets up Gabriel, putting it down. Kawhi Gabriel, just a freshman out of Hilo High. But I have to say that would be much credit given to the setter, Logan Thomas, taking the setting abilities. I don't know if that was a swing into the net and no touch on the block, or getting the touch off of the block and Pahoa just sending it out of bounds, but either way you swing it, point Hilo High. Tomori with the serve. Tip for Pahoa. Tomori able to pick it up. After Gabriel swing, Pahoa dagger ends up in the net, point Hilo High. Swing from number 12 in the middle goes just out of bounds. Point Hilo. The score right now, 15-5. Hilo High School well in the lead, but it's still anybody's ball game. Credit to the wonderful serve being dealt by Jason Tomori behind the service line for Hilo. That's a nice pass for the Vikings. Excuse me, for the Daggers. Short set there from Kawhi Gabriel for Ka'apuni. Point the Pahoa Daggers. In the game for Pahoa as number 12 serves, number 10, Barry and Holland, who we've seen is a very familiar face here, top of the court of Hilo High. He also plays basketball for the Pahoa High School Daggers. Right now, Kawhi Gabriel, the freshman, will go behind the service line to serve. Varian takes a swing, puts a nice tip down the line. Excuse me, in the back corner. Point Pahoa. Number 11 for Pahoa will serve. Serve just long, point Hilo High. Taylor Kaapuni with the serve. That's a nice pickup there from number 11, I believe, in the back row. But that push out just going out of bounds. Point Hilo High. Excuse me, that was a nice pass in the beginning from number 3 for Pahoa. As Kaapuni goes behind the service line again. That pass, however, just a little off. Thomas sets up Ka'ala Deitch. That's senior to senior action right there. Gives a point to Hilo High School. See Pahoa getting very vocal on top of their side of the court. That swing, however, just gets into the block and put down from Hilo High. Pahoa is going to have to figure out a way to get past this Hilo High School block, as Hilo is in the lead, 21-7. That will be a second timeout called for Pahoa High School. That will give the Vikings an opportunity to calm down and fix up their little errors being presented today. As I was saying earlier, for the Pahoa High School Daggers, with their starting varsity roster, number 13, Keanu Muck, number 12, J-Boy Ka'avaloa Alidon, number 11, Maluhia Kuahivi Nui, number 10, Barian Holland, and number 9, Rafael Villanueva, as well as Carden Rusman, as that point is well deserved to give to Pahoa after a very nice swing. Pahoa's Micah Koyaso, wearing the number 5 jersey, will serve behind the service line. Set a little tight. Pahoa still with the opportunity to score, sends a free ball. That is blocked by Pahoa High School number 10, I believe their tallest player on the court. Number 10, Barian Holland. Excuse me, that point will go to Hilo High School after the ref's call. You see Keanu Ornitis Hayes, who had quite a scoring run behind the service line earlier. That serve just tickles the net, and it's down. Ace for Keanu Ornitis Hayes. Keanu is just a junior middle blocker out of Kekulo o Navihio Kalani o Pu'u, showing what he got for Hilo High. Swing from number 9 in the middle, just goes out of bounds. Point Hilo. The Vikings just need one more point in order to end this first set. Number 13 going for the tip shot. Picked up by Hayes. Ka'ala Deitch gets blocked. And Ka'ala puts it down inside of the block after that last play. Point Hilo High School. And that will end the first set 25-8. I believe that was a very exciting last point for this first set. Both teams will switch sides of the court. As you can see, the bottom referee for this Hilo High School game, Moku, who was a varsity player last year, just graduating as a senior, who's showing what he got reffing for this volleyball game. He was a part of our state tournament team when we went to states and took home the 6th place trophy for Hilo High, representing the BIIF. It was him and 3 other seniors that graduated last year. I believe coming into this second set of the game, Pahoa High will need to change up their game plan. I believe their defense is very strong, but they just have to work on top of their offense, hitting on top of the net and possibly the back row. Coming into this second set of the game, Hilo High will start with the serve. Tating Ka'apuni behind the service line. Number 13 going for the tip shot. Walker with the pickup. That would be a kill for Ka'ala Deitch with the row shot, putting it down. That's a nice serve from Ka'apuni. Number 12 going in for the kill. Hilo High will be in the net, however. Point for the Daggers. Excuse me. After that block from Pahoa going in the net, point for Hilo High. Coming into this second set, we also see our libero coming in, changing up from our setting position that we saw during our last game against Waiakea, Lester Hanale Walker, and that short serve is just too short, coming into the net for Tating Ka'apuni. Hanale with a nice diving save. 13 putting up his dig. But that swing out of the back row for number 13 gets put down. Pahoa's Keanu Muck putting it down for Pahoa, as he also has a nice serve behind the service line. The score right now, 2-2. Honolulu with a nice pass. An even nicer block being put up by number 9 from Pahoa High, Rafael Villanueva, excuse me. That point goes to Hilo High School after a very nice swing off of the block from Ka'ala Deitch. Shank pass being put up from Pahoa. Free ball set for Hilo High, taking advantage. Set to the middle, Kazkua getting put down after a miscommunication from Pahoa High, so point Hilo High. Now behind the service line, who had a wonderful serve streak earlier in the game, Keanu Ornisis Hayes. Being set up to number 9. And a mishandle, so point Hilo High. But that serve, however, from Hayes just goes into the net. Point Pahoa. For Pahoa High School, there, number 3, Kaiden Kamake Aina, go behind the service line. And that will be a net violation on top of Hilo High, I believe, number 8. So, Pahoa with the point. Kaden Ka'apuni with the swing from the back row. Number 11 going for the swing for Hilo High at the middle. Running safe to keep the ball in play to no avail. Point Pahoa. Pahoa will take the lead, 6-5. They lead. Hilo High will definitely have to shape up their game. But that serve from Kamake Aina just goes out of bounds. Point Hilo High. Kawhi Gabriel will go in the game in the front row for Hilo High as well. That's a nice pass from number 13. In the middle, number 11 with the swing going off of the block and out of bounds. Point Pahoa. Credit to their number 11, Maruhia Kuahivi Nui, with the kill. Fernandez with the pass. Kawhi Gabriel going in for the kill. High hands. And that's a dead zone. Pahoa High losing the ball to Hilo High. Point Vikings. Behind the service line, a very prominent scorer for Hilo High, Ka'ala Deitch. The score is 7-7 as Ka'ala serves. That will be a shank pass from number 7 for Pahoa. Point for the Vikings. I have to say, what a beautiful jump serve from Ka'ala Deitch. And another beautiful jump serve off of number 13 and out of bounds. Ka'ala Deitch with the ace. That is another ace for Ka'ala Deitch off of number 3 this time. Point Hilo High, ace for Ka'ala Deitch. According to my volleyball knowledge, I believe Ka'ala Deitch is going to have to change something up, possibly a shorter serve. I don't know. Let's see what he does. He goes for number 11, and it's another ace. Point for Hilo High. Timeout for Pahoa. Head coach for the Pahoa High School Daggers, Kahea Rodriguez, who called a timeout in order to possibly slow the roll of Ka'ala Deitch behind the service line and get the Pahoa Daggers back into their starting out position and back with the right mindset for this volleyball game. If you watched the last game inside of this Hilo High gymnasium, we could see Hilo High taking on their home rival team, Waiakea, the Waiakea Warriors. So let's see what will be the outcome of this game tonight. Waiakea won the game in 3 sets, 3-1. In 4 sets, 3-1. Hilo High definitely fought hard, and it was a very close game and very energetic with wonderful people inside of the stand supporting their Vikings and Warriors. This game we can also see a lot of Daggers and Hilo High Vikings as Ka'ala Deitch puts up his serve again. Kapuni with the tip shot. 13 with the swing. Fernandez with a nice layout dig. And that is put over. Point Hilo High. Pahoa just not able to get a nice grip on top of the ball. I believe that point will have to be credited to a wonderful starting serve for Ka'ala Deitch. I don't know who put that ball over. I may have forgotten, but credit also goes to them. The score, 12-7. Another powerful serve, even nicer pass, tip shot from the setter, number 5. In the middle, Kaskua with another tip shot. 11 going for the swing. Kapuni setting up Gabriel. Both teams going back and forth. Holland in the middle, gets picked up, but just not able to go back over the net. Point for Pahoa, taking Ka'ala Deitch out of the serving position. Now serving for the Daggers will be Maluhia, number 11 for the Daggers. The score is 12-8. Hilo in the lead as Ka'apuni goes inside of the block and down. Ka'apuni, another one of those very visual players for Hilo High. Ka'apuni with the serve, just short of the net for Ka'apuni. In the game for Pahoa, number 9 for the Daggers, Rafael Villanueva. Kapuni with a nice swing, but just out of bounds. No touching the block. Point for the Daggers. Nice serves being dealt by Michael Collazo so far. That's a nice pass, however, by Ka'apuni. That'll be put down from number 10, Barry Holland, as a almost an offset for the Vikings. Hayes going for the swing after a very low set for that one. Just out of bounds. Point Daggers. Credit can be given to the wonderful serve being done by Michael Koyasu. Gabriel gets blocked, but he picks up his own ball. Number 11 sends it back over for a free ball for the Vikings. And Keanu Ornitis Hayes putting it down. Vikings will get the point, 13-12. Excuse me, 14-12 after that last point. Behind the service line for the Vikings, Kavai Gabriel. Number 13 with the tip shot. Free ball for the Vikings. Let's see what they can do. Hayes takes a swing, but it just put out of bounds. Point for the Daggers. Number 2 will serve for the Daggers. That swing out of the back row, just going out of bounds. Point for the Daggers of Pahoa. Seems like the Vikings keep going to the middle, Keanu Ornitis Hayes, and he puts it down. Now for the Vikings, Taden Kaapuni will serve. That swing from number 13, Keanu Muck, just going out of bounds. If I'm standing corrected, Keanu was also seen in the earlier part of this season for the Pahoa's basketball team. And if I'm also correct, Michael Koyasu, another member of the team. That swing, very nice and put down from number 9 on top of the Pahoa Dagger squad. This set definitely a lot closer than the first set. You can see the score 15-16. As Pahoa's number 13 gets the serve. It's a nice pass from Kaapuni. As Ka'ala Deitch goes for the swing. Sharp corner, and it is in. Ka'ala Deitch. That point will be going to Hilo High School after a shank pass after the setter attains the ball. Point Hilo as Keanu Ornitis Hayes goes behind the service line. That swing from number 11 couldn't make it over the net. Point for Hilo High. That'd be a ace for Keanu Ornitis Hayes after a miscommunication on the floor for the Daggers. '13 puts a setup for number 9, very tight, and it's scooped up by number 4, Ka'ala Deitch. timeout called by Kahea Rodriguez. Vikings with the opportunity to talk it out and keep their score streak going. Very different turnout from the first set. I believe the score was 8-25. A very closer game, almost 21-15. Seeing the Daggers putting up a very close game to the Vikings. I believe Coach Adam Tuifaglu talking to his team about how he can limit the errors. I believe there was also a lot of errors inside of the game against Ka'u and Waikia as well, which might have costed them the game. But it looks like the Vikings are just figuring things out very early in the season. Even for the Pahoa Daggers, Kahea Rodriguez trying to talk to her team in order to show what they got for their team. Pahoa definitely coming out and taking a different turn on the tables for this second set. We've seen quite a bit of nice kills so far, especially for number 9 for the Pahoa Daggers. Rafael Villanueva putting most of the kills down for the Daggers right now. Number 13 sets up their middle, I believe. Number 12. And Kua just sending it long. Point for the Daggers. Behind the service line for Pahoa, we see number 3, Kailin Kamake'eaina. In that set, a little tight, Ka'aladai has to send it into the net. Point for the Daggers. Ka'aladai puts it in the corner and is down. Can he pass through the barrel? For volleyball, it takes a very visual person in order to be on top of the court, and especially starting. I believe behind the service line now will be going Logan Thomas. That serve just short and put into the net. Point for the Daggers. In the game for the Daggers right now, we see Cardin Kadarusin, who will go behind the service line to serve, number 7, and also as well as number 10, Barry Holland. Set up for Kawhi Gabriel, getting the kill off of number 3, putting it down. I believe the score is 23-18. I do not know what the call really was for that last point, but either way you slice it, point for the Daggers. And I believe the Daggers will get an ace. Credit to their server, number 11, Maluhia. Off the hand of Ka'apuni. Pahoa in the 20s, as well as Hilo High leading 23-20. Cool, going inside of the block and out of bounds. A very strong hit in order to get the block out of the bounds after, off and out of bounds off of Holland. I believe the Vikings just need one more point in order to take home the second set. A very different turnout from the first set, which I believe was 8-25. Kiawe Ka'apuni with a serve. A very nice pass from number 7. Holland going for the swing, very nice pickup. And it takes another swing after an overpass. Point for Pahoa High School. Credit to Baron Holland in the middle. score 21-14. Vikings need to side out in order to take home this second set, excuse me. That will be a point for the Daggers. I believe the ball getting inside of the Hilo High School block and down. As number 5, their setter, goes to serve. Tip shot picked up by their setter, number 5. Number 11 sending it over. Kawai going for the swing. Almost a shank pass from number 5. And that would be an overpass from the middle from Hayes, giving, I believe, Holland the free point for Pahoa after that very nice swing. I believe the Vikings just need to calm their nerves and just take the side out in order to end this set. Still a very close game. Pahoa can eventually take the lead if Hilo High School does not able to side out. Kawai going for the swing, and it is into the net. Point for the Daggers. Daggers tied the game up at 24-24. Definitely, I believe, not the turnout that Coach Adam Tuifagu was anticipating and hoping for this game. But I believe head coach for the Daggers, Kahea Rodriguez, very pleased with her team. And that is a monster block being put up in the front row for the Daggers. In the front row, number 10, Jaron Holland, and number 9, who had most of the block, putting up their hands and putting it back down on top of the Hilo High School side of the court, Rafael Villanueva. So the Daggers will take the lead. Vikings need to side out, or this is their set. Or this is the Dagger set, as their set at number 5 takes the serve. Kala Deitch going for the swing out of the back row. Picked up by number 7, Maluhia. Thomas to Hayes, and that swing going out of bounds. And that second set will go to the Pahoa High School Daggers. The Daggers seem very happy in order to win that second set. I believe Coach Adam Tuifagu very unpleased with this team right now after coming from the first set 8-25, losing the second set 26-24. Coach Stu Fernandez talking to his team, assistant coach for the Vikings. And it's mostly errors being put up by the Vikings after a, I believe, different rotation that the Vikings are put into, and having to play out the game. Kind of a similar turnout to the last game we saw inside of the gymnasium. Hilo High putting up the second set, but however losing as Waikea took the first, third, and fourth set in order to win the game. Vikings will come into this third set very loud and prideful in order to defend their court inside of the Hilo High School Gymnasium against this Pahoa Dagger team. As we get this third set started. Coming into the third set, Maluhia number 11, Maluhia Kuahivi Nui with the serve. That will be a kill for Tene Ka'apuni for the Hilo High Vikings. That would be an ace for Tene Ka'apuni behind the service line after a shank. Another almost shank pass. Free ball for the Vikings. Keanu Ornichus Hayes putting it down with the tip shot. Point Vikings. Baron Holland with the tip shot as well. Colladage going for the swing. Going off of the block and down. Point for the Hilo High Vikings. Ka'apuni still with the serve. Free ball sent over by their setter, number 5. Pahoa High's setter, number 5, with the serve. That will be a point for the Vikings. The Vikings middle, number 9, Keanu Ornichus Hayes with the serve. And it'll be a short serve, another error for the Vikings. Gives a free point to Pahoa. I believe so far during this third set, the Pahoa Daggers just getting their points after errors from top the Viking squad side. And that would be a kill going out of bounds for Hilo High, point for Pahoa. The libero number 2 will serve for the Daggers, Carlo Taquiago. Carla Deitch going for the swing. Absolutely destroyed that ball. Carla Deitch putting it down for the Vikings. Behind the service line now for the Vikings. Their starting setter for this game, Logan Thomas. And that will be another service error. I believe the Vikings having a very off game so far. Thomas puts a nice set up for Ka'ala Deitch, and it's down. Point Vikings. Ka'ala Deitch himself will go behind the service line to serve. That serve, however, just out of bounds. I believe that was 3 service errors in a row for the Vikings. Gonna have to shape up the game coming into this third set in order to take it to at least 4 sets to win the game against this Dagger squad. Serving for the Pahoa Daggers, number 3, Kylan Kamake Aina, as his serve goes just out of bounds as well. Trading points as the Hilo Highs, I believe Jason Tamori will go behind the service line to serve. That will be a kill for Kawhi Gabriel, going off the hands of a back row player for Pahoa and out of bounds. Point Vikings as Jason Tamori still with the serve. Number 11 going for the swing in the middle. Very confusing set as the Vikings hit the free ball. Block is up, put up by Kawhi Gabriel and Keanu Ornitis Hayes. That'll be Pahoa going inside of the block and down. Point for the Daggers. Serving for the Daggers, we have number 7 on top of their squad. Number 7, Carter Roosman. Keanu Ornita Hayes puts up a bullet and it's down for the Vikings. Credit to a wonderful one set from the setter, Logan Thomas. That'll be a carry called on top of the Vikings. Almost a nice put down from Hayes in the middle, but point for the Daggers. Another very kind of close game on top of the court, 7-11 as the Daggers serve. And that flat serve is sent into the net, point Vikings. For the Vikings, number 6 will go behind the service line to serve, Taden Ka'apuni. Vikings with the swing, gets blocked by Pahoa. And a free ball attempt from Gabriel gets put into the net, point for the Vikings. Opponent, the Daggers of Pahoa. Coming in to hopefully pick up the defense for the Vikings, Lester Hanale Walker, the libero for the Vikings. As the setter for the Daggers, number 5 serves. Deitch going for the tip shot, and it's straight down. Point for Hilo. Holland going for the swing, and it's blocked by Ka'ala Deitch and Kaz Kua on the left side for the Vikings. Hayes with the serve still yet. From the middle. Kapuni with the tip shot from the back row. Ka'ala Deitch goes for the swing. Inside the block and down for Ka'ala Deitch. That'll be a timeout called by Kahea Rodriguez for the Pahoa Daggers. Free opportunity for the Vikings to relay and regroup for their team during this third set. Vikings lead 15-8. Still anybody's game. Both teams putting up quite a bit of errors and a little more than expected and wanted for this game. But either way you slice it, both teams are putting up a very good game, especially Hilo High. Let's see what comes out for the result of this third set. Out of the timeout, Keanu Hayes with the serve. Excuse me, Keanu, if I butchered your last name. Logan Thomas puts it up and over. Hayes with a nice pick up, layout serve, save, excuse me, but unable to put it back over. Point for the Daggers. The libero for the Daggers will serve. Ka'ala Deitch going in for the swing. Trying to go sharp corner, and it is in. Point Hilo High. As Hilo has sided out, behind the service line will go Logan Thomas for the Vikings. That'll be a wonderful kill for number 13 for the Daggers, going inside the block off of the defense hands and out of bounds. Keanu Muck putting it down for the Daggers. Another kill in the bag for the junior out of Pahoa. That'll be a tip shot from Ka'ala Deitch. Gabriel going for the swing off of two, and it is down. Caught by Gabriel, putting it down for the Vikings. Ka'ala Deitch with a nice jump serve, causing a shank pass. Number 11 sends it over, but just out of bounds. Point for the Vikings. Credit to a wonderful serve being dealt by Ka'ala Deitch as he serves again. Now behind the service line for the Vikings, Jason Tamori. Number 7 wearing the yellow jersey. Excuse me, the gold jersey for the Vikings. That swing of the middle from Pahoa just goes into the net. Point for the Vikings. It's a nice, almost full serve for Tamori. Block is put up from the Vikings. Triple block. Swing from Pahoa is picked up by Deitch. Kapuni going for the swing. He gets blocked. Ball is still going. And that'll be 4 touches called. Point for the Daggers. Hilo High School definitely ready to keep going and putting up their defense. The Daggers, number 7, will go behind the service line to serve. As mentioned inside of the last game, Pahoa will have a free ball opportunity. Excuse me, the Vikings will have a free ball opportunity. As Gabriel goes for the swing. No touch on the block and out of bounds. Point for the Daggers. Number 7 puts up a lollipop serve. Thomas with the set. Off to Kaapuni. In the dead zone of the court, putting it down. Point for the Vikings. Now behind the service line, we see Kavai Gabriel for the Vikings. Holland putting it over. Free chance for the Vikings. Ka'ala Deitch getting it down. The score is 23-13. Vikings with a double-digit advantage. Short serve for Gabriel. Picked up by number 13. Free ball for the Vikings. Terry Kaapuni going for the swing. Tip shot going line. And Keanu Arnitas Hayes putting it down. Jason Tamori taking another swing out of the back row. Anu taking the swing out of the middle, just going out of bounds. Point for the Pahoa Daggers. Number 11 with the serve for Pahoa. It's a nice pass from Tamori. Kaapuni with the swing. Not going over the net. Point for the Daggers. If I can just leave one more point, they're going to have to side out for this last point in order to take home the third set, excuse me. The score is currently 24-15. Let's see what the Vikings can do with the ball. Thomas goes out to Tating Kaapuni. Going line and off with number 3 and out of bounds. Point for the Vikings. And that'll be the end of the third set. Vikings taking the score, taking the third set, 25-15. That set, you can see the Vikings definitely cleaning up their production on top of the ball plate. Making definitely a lot less errors, giving Pahoa a lot less opportunities to score. I believe the only thing the Vikings really have to work on is putting up tougher serves. I believe at least 3 service errors on top of that last set for the Vikings. Seems so far during this season, on top of the right side of the court, it seems to be the Vikings, I would say, unlucky side, losing on this side of the court. Excuse me, I should stand corrected. Losing that last set to the Daggers on top of that side of the court. So let's see what they can do on top of this side of the court. As we come close to the end of the time in between sets, we'd like to say thank you everybody for watching this live stream currently, and after the live stream comes as well on top of YouTube, Twitter, or anywhere else you're watching it, on top of Facebook. We'd like to say thank you for everybody watching and supporting your local high school sports, especially here in Hilo High Gymnasium. As you come into the first part of this fourth set, Taden Ka'apuni will start the set with the serve. And that is a nice kill out of the sharp corner from number 13 for the Daggers, Keanu Monk, starting the game off with the kill for the Daggers. And that will be a shank pass off of number 4 for the Vikings. Point for the Daggers. Daggers will lead by 2 during this first part of this set. No touch on top of the serve, going out of bounds. Point for the Vikings. Hayes with a nice high serve. Set up to the number 12, hitting it over. Thomas sets up his back row. Taden Ka'apuni going off of the block. Hit out of the middle. Block being put up on Kaz Kua in the middle as well. Kua going for the swing. And it is in the dead zone. Point for the Vikings. Takes a very skillful player and a very visual eye at the court, to get the points, especially inside the dead zone, noticing when no players are in. Number 11 going for the swing. Ka'ala Deitch sends it just out of bounds. Point for the Dagger. That point going to Hilo High School after being put down after a very tight pass from the Vikings. Point for Hilo High. as Logan Thomas, the setter, goes to serve. Being covered there by Pahoa, but Hilo High School's middle putting it down. Point for the Vikings. Set it for Kavai Gabriel. Getting off the touch in the back rows, number 13 and out of bounds. Point for Hilo High. Credit to the freshman Kavai Gabriel for getting the kill here in the Hilo High Gymnasium. It's a nice pass from the libero number 2, Carlo. That's an even nicer pass and swing from Keanu Ornesis Hayes from the Vikings. Keanu Muck will go for the swing in the back row. Keanu picking it up, sent over for the Vikings, and it is in. Kavai Gabriel putting it down for the Vikings after a very off and different type of play. Thomas still with the serve. That'll be a nice kill from number 3 for the Pahoa Daggers, getting inside of the block and down. That's Kylan Kamake'aina putting the kill for the Vikings, as he will also go behind the service line to serve. That serve just going just out of bounds. Now serving for the Vikings, starting outside hitter, Ka'ala Deitch. Nice high patch from number 7 for the Daggers. Barrett Holland just setting it out of bounds. Point for the Vikings. A very smart short serve from Ka'ala Deitch. That's the ace for the Vikings. Point Hilo. And that will be another ace for Ka'ala Deitch, showing what he has behind the service line. The second team All-American, second team All-Hawaii junior from last year, showing what he got during his senior year for the Vikings in the BIIF division. Current score during this third set, 10-4. It's a very close game, and I'd like to say mahalo to everybody watching this live stream and supporting your local high school sports here in Hilo High Gymnasium. Still with the serve, Ka'ala Deitch behind the service line. That would be a shank pass off of number 7 for the Daggers. Point Hilo High. Knowing what Ka'ala has dealt during practice, it is a very tough serve in order to control and handle for the senior from Hilo High. Ka'apuni going for the swing after a very nice pass from Hilo High, going out of bounds. Point for the Daggers. That swing from Gabriel just doesn't make it over the net. Point for the Vikings. Excuse me, point for the Daggers. Credit to a wonderful serve being dealt by number 11 on top of the Daggers side. Very tight pass being put by Hayes. Thomas sets up Kapuni. Going line. Picked up by the Daggers libero. Number 13, Keanu Muck, goes inside of the block and puts it down for the Daggers. With the help of Keanu Muck, this is still a very close game for the Daggers. Trailing by only 4 points. Score 7-11. Free ball for the Daggers. Kind of a miscommunication. Kavai taking the setting abilities. Tip shot for number 4, Ka'ala, putting it over. And that will be a much credited point to Pahoa after a swing into the net from number 4 for the Vikings. Hanalei with a nice pass. Ka'ala going for the swing, and it is down inside of the court on the yellow line. Point for the Vikings. Now in the game for the Vikings, Kiafi Ka'apuni, who will serve. That is a nice put down from Keanu Ornitis Hayes from the middle of Hilo High. Number 2, Kiavi Ka'apuni, still with a wonderful serve. A swing from the middle from Berrien just goes long, so point for the Vikings. And that is an ace for Kiavi Ka'apuni off the hands of number 7 for the Daggers. Point Hilo High. The score is 15-18. Excuse me, 15-8. Hilo leads. Beautiful kill from number 13, Keanu Muck, for the Daggers, putting it down. Substitution for Pahoa as number 7 subs out for number 12 for the Daggers. That'd be J-Boy Ka'avaloa, excuse me, Alidon. As their setter number 5 goes to serve. Ka'apuni with a nice pass, but free ball puts over. Muck puts up a tip shot. Vikings sniff it out, but Vikings have to send a free ball as well. Another free ball from the Daggers, going back and forth with his free ball action. Ka'ala Deitch just sending it out of bounds. Point for the Daggers. That serve from the setter just goes out of bounds. Point for Vikings. The score is 16-10 as Lester Hanalei Walker goes behind the service line to serve. His serve is just short. Point for the Daggers of Pahoa. In the game for the Vikings, the libero number 2 will serve. Nice serve. Puts over. Makes Hilo put over a free ball. Keanu Muck putting it over. Vikings sniff it out. Kill attempt from Ka'apuni just goes out of bounds. Point for the Daggers of Pahoa. Keanu Ornixus Hayes with a nice tip shot. Puts it down for Hilo High. Now behind the service line, Taden Ka'apuni for the Vikings. Nice lollipop serve from the Vikings. Vikings with the free opportunity to score. Ka'ala Deitch with the set. Tip shot. That's a wonderful kill. Ka'ala Deitch putting it down for the Vikings of Hilo High. Very tight pass. Put down from Hilo High. Credit to Logan Thomas putting it down for the Vikings. After a rough pass on top of the Viking side, Pahoa gets a free point after the kill. Now behind the service line for Pahoa, Keanu Muck, who put up a wonderful game so far for the Vikings. Nice pickup there from the barrel from Pahoa after Ka'ala Deitch's swing. Wonderful point for Pahoa after a missed pass from Hilo High. Credit to a wonderful serve being dealt by Keanu Muck and a wonderful jig put up by libero for the Daggers. That is Carlos Dacriogo. That time he could not pick it up. Point for Hilo High. Credit to Ka'ala Deitch with that wonderful swing. The score is 20-14. Hilo High just needs 5 more points in order to end this ball game. But it is still anybody's game. Hilo High with the serve. Keanu Ornixus Hayes. Number 12 going inside the block and putting it down. That's J-Boy Ka'avaloa Alidon putting it down for the Daggers of Pahoa. Now behind the service line for the Daggers, we see Kara Roosman, who will serve. Thomas almost catching the Vikings napping, the Daggers napping. But eventually going off of the block for Pahoa and out of bounds. Point for the Vikings. Short serve for Logan Thomas. Puts up a shank pass, free ball, forced to be sent over for the Daggers. And that is a wonderful kill for Cascoa out of the middle for Hilo High School. Number 13 wearing the gold jersey. Nice pickup there from Tana Fernandez. Ka'apuni going for the swing, finding the deep corner, and it is in. Point for Hilo High. Vikings just need 2 more points in order to end this ball game. You have the senior, Logan Thomas, number 8 in the gold jersey, behind the service line. Substitution as number 12, who had a very nice kill earlier in the game, J-Boy, with the serve. Excuse me, coming in for the daggers as Logan goes for the serve. Very tight set. Put back over for the daggers. As Kawhi Gabriel going inside the block and out of bounds. Kill for Hilo High. Possibly the last point of the game as Logan Thomas, who I believe will jump serve for the Vikings. That served, however, just into the net. Point for the daggers. Now for the serve, number 3, Kylan Kamake Aina with the serve for the daggers. Kawhi Gabriel going for the swing and it's just into the net. Point for the Vikings. And that is for Arla Deitch going inside the block and down, ending the game and fourth set for Hilo High. Last set of the game, 25 is Hilo High's score. Pahoa score is 17. That was a wonderful game. Pahoa High taking the second set. Hilo High taking the first, third, and fourth. In order to end their game, I believe the Vikings will put up their alma mater to end their boys volleyball game inside of their own gymnasium, like they always do. Wonderful spirit from these junior varsity and varsity volleyball boys here tonight inside of the Hilo High School Gymnasium. It has been a very beautiful and prideful night here inside of Hilo, Hawaii. Even though we had a little rain, it's still a beautiful day as we come to the close of this volleyball game. As we come to the close of this varsity volleyball boys volleyball live stream, I have to say thank you everybody for watching this varsity boys volleyball live stream. We have to give a special thanks to the KVX TV crew for making this stream ever so possible. Make sure to follow us on all our social media handles, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Hilo High School. In order to rewatch this game, make sure to visit hilohigh.org/livesports. Mahalo to everybody for watching this live stream, and have a great night. This is Joseph signing out. Aloha.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Kamimura, Student Association President. Thank you for watching KVI